This program is proudly presented by new Toyota Starlet.
Right, here we come. 5 seconds to go.
Stand by, camera 1. All cameras ready. Ready on 2. Stand by, studio 1.
You gotta stop, look, and listen, or you'll never know what you've been missing. You'll find the stars of variety and radio will all come on to your house via video. When they're at home by the fire, it won't be hard to realize your heart's desire for the greatest sight you've ever seen. Spend a night by a television screen. Yes, it's television bliss, and you'll be seeing something that is sure to interest you. See television as it really happens, that it don't go snapping over to the other show. We want so much to tell you all about it, show you what makes it tick. If you've any reason left to doubt it, come on inside, make it quick. This is television with its snap decision as you've never seen before. Believe it, this is television in the raw.
Lindsay Wagner, Mike Preston, Bill Oddie, Dave Allen, The Sullivans, Jimmy Hannon, Gary Coleman, Henry Winkler, Cheryl Ladd, Hari Dagi, Chuck Faulkner. Tonight, we'll reunite you with more than 60 of TV's biggest stars from around the world. 40 years of TV stars, then and now.
But right now, here's the man to make the party swing. Here's Don.
My only question is, like, supposing these people had never made it in the business and they had to become something else.
Come on. Move it. Keep the ball off the floor. Get that energy going. Get those layups in there. If I hadn't worked in TV for 31 years, I might have had a shot at coaching, maybe even in the big time. These days, I get to do both. You see, hey, meet the next Luke Longley here. Tonight, we're going to meet people from all walks of life. A switchboard operator, a gambler, a beach bum, a bird watcher, and even a professor. At least, that's what they do now. Back then, they were the TV stars we grew up with. We'll also meet some of TV's most enduring stars. They're still in the game, but not always in front of the camera. We're going to reunite some of TV's great characters. And there's a few surprises in store, but more about that later. Okay, boys, that's it. Great work. Nice going. Now, first up, what is it that so fascinates real families about TV families? It's not as if their lives on TV are any more interesting. Yet we continue to live out the weekly troubles of the Cunninghams, the Cleavers, the Clampetts, the Kellys, the Bunkers, the Bullpits, and the Bradys as if their problems were our problems. They manage to sort things out in a neat little half hour. Hey, if only it were that simple in real life.
Mom, where's Dad? Chachi's mom's going to be here any minute. He telephoned.
What Mrs. Cunningham lacked in depth, she made up for with her cooking. Yeah, she was a stereotype, but remember, it was the 50s, seen through the eyes of the 70s.
And Patsy is certainly attached to your father.
People would say to me, why don't you do more with Mrs. C? My God, can't you make that woman have a little more depth? And I would say, well, she's awfully busy. And she does have depth, but she's thinking of something else.
A picture on this guy. Now Marion is in demand as a dramatic actor. She's just completed the sequel to Terms of Endearment with Shirley MacLaine. It's a far cry from Mrs. C, a role which has given Marion Ross many happy days.
Even at home, here in the States, when I need something, I call a workman, and I'll say, or for city problem, something, I'll say, did you ever watch Happy Days when you were a boy? Yes. I said, well, I'm Mrs. C. Oh, you are? Instantly now. I'm going to get what I want, right? I can get a long way on that.
All right, you can come out now.
Family Affair pitted Brian Keith and Sebastian Cabot against child stars Anissa Jones and Johnny Whittaker.
Supposed to stay up, but Mrs. Beasley couldn't sleep.
Well, Beasley had insomnia.
Brian, of course, he was very fun, loving, and pushed the kids. as far as letting them do whatever they wanted. However, Sebastian, being the ultimate actor that Sebastian Cabot was, if we upstaged him, he'd just twitch his whiskers, look at us and give us an eye, so that, of course, the focus would be pulled back to him.
John Whittaker now works behind the scenes, maintaining computers for the CBS network in America. John's co-star, Anissa Jones, tragically went the way of a lot of child stars. She died of drugs and alcohol abuse as a teenager. Now, this next lady nearly met with the same fate. She was married at 15, a mother at 16, survived a drug overdose, survived detox, and married 2 more times, once to a porn star. No, it's not the plot to a bad soap opera. It's the remarkable life of Lisa Loren. Now she's a mother of 2, between jobs and living in Los Angeles.
I never really had a childhood. I wasn't allowed to be a child. I had to be an adult all the time.
Way back when, she was the youngest member of TV's Strangest Family.
Nice, nice. Can I play autopsy with it?
Lisa played Wednesday Addams until she was 8 years old. She spent the next part of her childhood trying to live it down.
A lot of it I tried to forget for many years because it made my adolescence so difficult. I went into junior high and, oh, you were the one who was Wednesday. And I said, no, I wasn't. That wasn't me. And I'd get, very angry about it because it makes you singled out.
Only 8 years after she left her TV family, Lisa started one of her own.
I chose to give my career many times over the years for a family and children.
Today, Lisa is trying to relaunch her acting career.
I never wanted to be a star. Notice I get nervous when I say that because people have considered me that when I was a child for many years. But I would say more a celebrity in ways, and I don't even like that title at all.
Graham Kennedy came through that door.
We know, Mum. We read the sign on the lawn.
G'day, Grumble Bum.
Quiet, Wog. I'm trying to read Mandrake.
Ted Bullpitt's family were Australia's version of the Garnets and the Bunkers.
Probably some of the jokes would seem very racist, or I think we're a bit more being politically correct now. We've caught that from the Americans, and we'd be very wary of some of the things.
Our own little budgie.
It's black. It's a black budgie, Mr. Smarty Dago.
When the series ended, the cast continued working in Australia. All but one, that is.
I haven't exactly kept my hand in, but I've kept, say, to the top joint of one little finger anyway. I've done a West End play, and I've done an arty film for Channel 4.
Today, Laurel McGowan lives in London with her husband Adam and 3-year-old son Jack. And she still gets an occasional royalty from Kingswood country.
I did get a cheque from Zimbabwe once, so it went there, and I think it was shown in New Zealand.